It's January 2026. You're standing in the exact same spot you were last year. Same problems, same excuses, same I'll start Monday bullshit. But here's the thing nobody's telling you. You already know what you need to do. You've known for months, maybe years. The question isn't how do I change? The question is why the hell are you still choosing to stay the same? In the next 8 minutes, I'm going to show you the one system that separates people who talk about change from people who actually become unrecognizable. And if you stick around to the end, I'll share the psychological trick that makes locking in inevitable. Let's get into it. Let me tell you a story. 2 years ago, I was scrolling through Instagram at 2 a.m. Again, watching people live the life I kept saying I wanted. You know that feeling? That sick, hollow feeling in your chest when you see someone doing what you said you'd do 6 months ago? I had a notes app full of goals, a morning routine I never followed, a gym membership I paid for like a monthly guilt subscription. I was the king of I'm gonna lock in on Monday. Monday came 47 times that year. I locked in 0 times. And then one night, completely broke down, I asked myself a question that changed everything. What if I'm not broken? What if I'm just comfortable? See, we think motivation is the problem. We think discipline is the problem, but that's not it. The real problem is that your current life, as mediocre as it feels, is comfortable. You hate it just enough to complain about it, but not enough to actually change it. Let that sink in. You're not lazy. You're not weak. You're just comfortable with being uncomfortable. And in 2026, that comfort is going to kill every dream you have left. Here's what nobody tells you about locking in. It's not about motivation. Motivation is like cologne, smells great for an hour, then it's gone. Locking in is about making staying the same more painful than changing. So how do you actually do this? How do you stop being the person who talks and become the person who does? There's a framework I call the 3 gates, and you have to pass through all 3 or you'll quit by February like everyone else. Gate 1, the identity shift. Most people try to change their actions without changing their identity. That's like trying to run a new operating system on a broken hard drive. It won't work. You don't need a new goal. You need a new self-concept. Here's what I mean. Stop saying, I want to get fit. Start saying, I'm the type of person who trains. Stop saying, I want to build a business. Start saying, I'm a builder. Every action you take is a vote for the type of person you want to become. You don't need 100 votes. You need 3 votes a day. 3 small wins that prove to yourself your identity is real. Wake up on time? That's a vote. Go to the gym, even when you don't feel like it? Vote. Work on your craft for an hour? Vote. Do that for 30 days and watch what happens. You won't need motivation anymore because you'll have become someone who doesn't quit. Gate 2, the environment reset. You can't lock down in a broken environment, period. Your environment is stronger than your willpower. If your phone is next to your bed, you'll scroll. If junk food is in your pantry, you'll eat it. If your friends only talk about partying and distractions, you'll stay distracted. This is what I did. I deleted every distraction app off my phone for 90 days. Every single one. Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, gone. I told my friends I was going ghost mode to build. Some of them laughed. Those people aren't in my life anymore. I rearranged my room, so the first thing I saw when I woke up was my goal list. I put my gym clothes next to my bed. I made the right choices automatic and the wrong choices hard. You are not separate from your environment. You are a product of it. Change the inputs, change the outputs. Gate 3, the non-negotiable system. This is where most people fail. They rely on motivation, on feelings, on when I'm ready. Lock in isn't about how you feel. It's about what you do regardless of how you feel. You need non-negotiables, 3 to 5 things you do every single day. No excuses, no exceptions. Not because you're motivated, because you said you would. Mine were simple. Wake up at 5 a.m., train for 1 hour, work on my craft for 3 hours minimum, read for 30 minutes, 0 social media before noon. Some days I felt like a champion. Some days I felt like I got hit by a truck. Didn't matter. I did them anyway. Because here's the secret. Consistency beats intensity every single time. The person who works out 30 minutes a day for a year will destroy the person who goes hard for 2 weeks and quits. The person who writes 500 words a day will finish the book. The person who codes for 1 hour daily will build the app. Stop looking for the perfect plan. Start executing an imperfect one every single day. Now let me be real with you about what happens when you actually lock in, because nobody talks about this part. The first 2 weeks, you'll feel unstoppable. Everything's new, everything's exciting. You'll post about it, you'll tell people, you'll feel like you finally cracked the code. Week 3 and 4, Reality hits. The newness wears off. You're tired, you're sore, you're bored. The results aren't coming fast enough. This is where 90% of people quit. They go back to comfort. But if you make it to week 5 and 6, here's where it gets interesting. You stop feeling. You just do. It becomes automatic. Your body starts craving the routine. This is when you've actually locked in. But here's the part nobody warns you about. People around you will change. Your friends will call you obsessed. Your family will say you're doing too much. People will try to pull you back to who you were because your growth makes them uncomfortable. It reminds them they're not doing anything with their own lives. Let them talk. Let them doubt. Let them watch. Because in 12 months, when you've transformed into someone unrecognizable, when you've built what you said you'd build, when you've become who you said you'd become, those same people will ask you for advice. They'll ask you your secret, and you'll tell them, I just locked in. Listen, I want you to imagine something with me right now. It's December 31st, 2026. You're looking back at this year. What do you see? Do you see another year of potential wasted? Another year of I'll start Monday? Another year where you let fear, comfort, and excuses run your life? Or do you see the year everything changed? The year you finally kept your promise to yourself. The year you built the body, the business, the life you always talked about. The year you became the person you were always meant to be. That version of you exists. They're not some fantasy. They're not impossible. They're just on the other side of a decision. The decision to lock in. Here's what I know about you. You didn't click on this video by accident. Something inside you knows it's time. You're tired of being the same person. You're tired of the same results. You're ready. The only question is, are you going to act on it? 2026 is yours for the taking, but only if you take it. No one's coming to save you. No one's going to hand you the life you want. You have to build it brick by brick, rep by rep, day by day. And yeah, it's going to be hard. It's going to hurt. There will be days you want to quit, days where you question everything. But I promise you this, the pain of discipline is temporary. The pain of regret lasts forever. So here's your challenge. For the next 90 days, just 90 days, commit to your non-negotiables. Pass through the 3 gates. Build the identity. Reset the environment. Execute the system. Don't tell anyone what you're doing. Just do it. Let your results do the talking. And when you're on the other side, when people ask you what changed, you'll know exactly what to say. I locked in. Before you go, I want to give you one last thing. Tomorrow morning, when your alarm goes off, you're going to have a choice. Hit snooze and stay the same, or get up and become someone new. That's the moment. That's where locking in starts. Not with some big declaration, just with getting up when you said you would. Do that and everything else will follow. Now go build the life you deserve. I'll see you at the top.